Today, we're going to be using AI to test and launch a trading bot. Okay. All in one platform. It looks like this. It's called Arcade and it's super cool. So, we're going to go ahead. Let's just say we don't have a trading strategy right now. Go ahead and just click this bottom right hand little button right here. We want 10 trading strategy ideas, um, whether it be in Forex, crypto, stocks. We just need a trading idea. Okay. And so, this AI will generate 10 ideas, and we're going to choose the very first one that it comes up with, okay, to actually launch a trading bot. And we're also going to be able to back test it. And we're going to do both of those things in this video, okay? So right here, we're going to choose the moving average crossover. It's the first one, right? But there's 10 different ones. And in future videos, I'll go ahead and test each and every single one of these and a whole bunch more. So if you're interested in seeing the results of these things, this one and all the ones moving forward, please subscribe and follow. But for right now, I'm going to go ahead and copy moving average crossover, or I'm just going to say, please let's build. I can't spell today. Jesus Christ. Let's build a trading bot with number one. Okay, so it's going to know what number one is. And again, right now, the AI is thinking, and that's good. Cool. So it says, sure, let's build an automated trading strategy based on the moving average crossover concept. I'll need some more specific information from you. Number one, time frame. What specific time frame do you want to use for your moving average crossover strategy? So, right now we're going to go ahead and answer each of these questions, but I just want to let you know, if you use this software, which is called Arcade, the link is in the in the description. But like, you could choose whatever time frame you want, and you'll have it saved as a setting later on. So right now we're just going to put the 5-minute time frame, but if we want to change that later, we can. It's really up to us, right? So, boom. Number two. And by the way, my mic is blocking my keyboard, so if I do any weird movements, just know that is why. I'm trying to see where my fingers are at. So, number two, what are the entry conditions? We know you want to enter when the 50-period SMA crosses above the 200-period SMA. But is there any other conditions you want to consider for entry? No. Like, let's just keep it simple. So, no, right? Just keep it really simple. We won't add any bells and whistles yet. Again, in future videos, maybe we add bells and whistles. If you want to see something specific, leave it in the comments. But for right now, we'll keep it simple. So, exit conditions, number three. You mentioned exiting when the 50-period SMA crosses below the 200-period SMA. Do you want to set a take profit target, percentage of price, or stop loss, right? Again, if you want to see that in a future video, feel free to let me know. But for right now, we're going to keep things incredibly simple. And again, we're going to see the results of this, be able to back test and kind of edit our strategy later on really easily. So we'll just keep things simple for right now. So time restrictions. Do you want to restrict your trading to certain market hours or days? So if we wanted to, we could see, how does this strategy perform, on a Tuesday at, noon Pacific, right? But we're not going to do that, right? We're just going to say 24/7, right? So like 24/7 during market hours. But if we wanted to get really niche and focused on a specific time frame or day or day and time, we could, but we're not going to do that for right now. So just go ahead and press enter. And again, we go back up here. The AI is thinking, and we'll shortly here take all of the details of our strategy. And as you can see here, right here are the specifics of your moving average crossover strategy. Number one, time frame. Yep, we wanted the 5-minute. Entry conditions. Enter a trade, right, according to the crossover, right? So enter a trade when the 50-period SMA crosses above the 200-period SMA on the 5-minute chart. Exactly. Exit condition. We didn't want to stop loss. We didn't want to take profit. So exit a trade when the 50-period SMA crosses below the 200-period SMA on the 5-minute chart. And again, we didn't want any time restrictions. So it's in trade 24/7. And again, it just gives us a little note here. Please note this strategy will work best in trading markets and may generate false signals in range-bound or choppy markets. Always test your strategy on historical data before trading live. Okay. So again, this button lit up nice and green. So that means we have all the information we need. And now the AI is literally going through a 4-step system. It's extracting the rules that we just entered. It's generating the code now to actually be able to automate and put this in a server, right, to host it. Excuse me. And shortly here, it's going to take that code base, optimize it, refine the structure so it's lightning fast, and then we will be able to actually see it populate over here. Strategy 36, it will be. And yeah, it's gonna be super awesome. We'll be able to test it, automate it, all that stuff. And I just want to let you know, I've been doing this now for like almost 4 years, like 3.5 years, and 3 years, right? Instead of this software, I actually ran a software development agency where we built this kind of stuff, right? Custom trading bots, you know, as an agency for people, right? So I had a team of engineers and we work one-on-one with people. But now AI allows us to kind of enable everyone to have that same level of technology instead of taking months. This used to take months of time, and also like tens of thousands of dollars. But boom, you can see strategy 36 populate right here, and you have your exact thing that you wanted, right? The 5-minute SMA crossover strategy. This strategy operates on a 5-minute time frame, entering a trade when the 50 period of simple moving average crosses the 200 SMA, indicating bullish momentum. The exit condition is triggered when the 50 period SMA crosses below, suggesting a bearish reversal. The strategy runs 24/7 without any time restrictions. That's exactly what we wanted. And as I promised, if we want to change any of the settings, right, we can, right? So like as I mentioned here, we want the 5-minute time frame, right? We can go ahead and just press save, and that will be saved for us, right? And if we want to change it to the 1 day or the 4 hour, whatever time frame you want, if I want to change this instead of the 200, I want to change it to 50. I want to change this to 200, right? There's like whatever I want to do, I could do it with this platform, right? And so the first thing we're going to do here with this strategy, let's see if it's even profitable. We're going to go ahead and go back test. And you could backtest in this platform. You could backtest, you know, normal, you know, stock strategies. You could trade backtest Bitcoin, whatever. You can also trade or backtest option strategies. But for right now, we're not going to be backtesting options. But actually, so let's backtest Apple here. Okay, we're on the 5-minute time frame. So let's just look back 100 days or 100 periods and see what this is going to show us. Is it profitable? Is it not profitable? We're going to see right now if it's any good, right? If the strategy is worth using. Okay. And you know, what is worth using, right? There's so many different ways of like conducting due diligence. I'm not suggesting back testing is the end all be all, but I mean, for retail traders, the vast majority of retail traders don't do any testing, right? They kind of just gamble with their money. Just this little insight will put you, you know, 10 million steps ahead of any other retail trader out there. So it's a huge, huge win for retail traders, right? But again, if I were to suggest like something that I do in my trading, right, is in addition to this, right? So I'll check this back test and then I'll see, you know, what happens if I just buy and hold Apple over that same time frame? Am I outperforming that baseline asset, the underlying asset, or am I avoiding, you know, huge drawdowns? There's a bunch of stuff that you could check against like the underlying asset, and then you also want to compare it to a benchmark. So right here, this is the back test is complete. It's super cool. We have 43 total trades, 25% win rate, $356 we made. A nice profit factor given this low win rate, and then a pretty small max drawdown. Okay, so we can see all the entries and exits here over that entire time frame. We can see the equity curve, right, which is how our money grew over time, and then every single entry it's ever taken, all in one spot. Pretty cool, right? And so again, what I would do here, I would check and see, right, how much what is Apple trading for right now? So I'm going to go over to another tab, and I'm going to share this tab instead here. So now you can see this screen. And so we're going to go ahead and open up to the 6-month tab, right? This strategy, right? This because we had a 100-day period. So we're testing all the way back to July 25th, or excuse me, July 21st, right? So what was Apple on July 21st? We're going to go check this. Oh, July 21st. So it was at 212 on July 21st, and we bought 10 shares, right? So we had approximately $2,120 invested into Apple, right? And we made $356. Okay. So 356, right? Excuse me. 356. I'm doing some math real quick. Divided by 2,200. Sorry, excuse me. 2,120. We made about 16.8% profit, okay, over that time frame. And again, looks like per share. So we made about 16.8% profit. Keep that number in your mind. Per share on just if we were to buy and hold this thing, 212 minus 269. $57 profit, and we had 10 shares. So yeah, we would have made, if we just bought and hold the underlying asset, would have made $570, right? Instead of making $356, right? So it would have made more sense just to buy and hold the underlying asset rather than use this strategy. Now, you probably would have outperformed like the market at large, right? And the max drawdown here of 0.38% is significantly smaller than the max drawdown in this time frame. I'm sure from just this right here, you would have experienced a few percentage points dip, which is if you're risk averse and over the short term, you're probably not going to want to do that. But overall, if you're pretty have stone cold cojones, right? Big cojones or diamond hands, as people would say. You might want to buy and hold this rather than using this particular strategy. But again, it's still cool that you have access to this data in addition to so many other things. And as I mentioned, we're going to go ahead and launch this bot live just to kind of play around with it, right? And again, I chose Apple there to backtest, but you could choose Apple, you could choose NVIDIA, you could choose any tickers you want, right? Bitcoin, right? So I'm going to go ahead and trade all of these things. Bitcoin, NVIDIA, Apple, up to 30 tickers you could choose. And I'm going to just choose a very small percent of my portfolio. And this is how easy it is to launch a trading bot. If I want to pick a live broker, I just select live. If I want to choose paper, I choose paper. And then I literally just press start. That is it. And in a minute here, right? Boom. We are now live trading this exact strategy on Apple, NVIDIA, and Bitcoin, all right here, right? And so again, it's been about 13 minutes, right? And we have back tested a strategy. We've launched an automated trading bot. And again, we'll see what the performance is like over time. But in general, I've been in the business now for 3.5 years. This used to take months of time, tens of thousands of dollars. Now with the power of AI, you can do something that people get paid millions of dollars for, right? On Wall Street in about, in less than 15 minutes, right? On any strategy. And again, if you're interested to see all the other strategies you can automate with this, I'm going to be automating basically everything I can think of, right? If you have any ideas, leave it in the comments and I'll test it out. But yeah, in general, you could automate this strategy, any other strategy. If you want to follow along as we test all these strategies, subscribe, follow. I'm super excited to show you guys all this stuff. And again, if you want to actually test out the software, the link is below. But yeah, either way, I hope you enjoyed and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Let's go Dodgers.